how you know it's quality. What's up, guys? Today we have another review for you guys. And today we actually have a 2017 Colorado Crew Cab LT Long Box Edition. Huge shout out to McKinleyville Chevrolet and Buick for letting us review this beast of a truck. Yeah, we got all kinds of good stuff for you today, so let's get to it. Section real quick here, nice and safe. So anyways, guys, this truck comes with a nice big headache rack on the back in the long box package, and it's kind of acts more of a roll cage more than a tie down spot, but the truck does come with a fully Line-X bed. You have, I believe, 6 different tie down spots, and it's fully equipped. If you want to put in a dirt bike in the back of the truck and go out to the beach, it can do it. If you want to throw a quad in the back, it can do it. And it also helps that you have that 2.8 liter diesel motor in this thing with the turbo. So you got tons of low end torque for the size of this truck. This truck is not much bigger, I would say, than a Tacoma. Would you say?
I'd say it's right on par with the Tacomas.
And you got a nice low end torque diesel. You really can't complain with that. And if you're out crawling around and you decide to throw some bigger tires on this truck, you're gonna have more than enough ability to go pretty much anywhere you want to go. So basically, it's kind of like a truck Jeep in a way, but you know, it does the job. We got 17-inch premium wheels on this package on the long box as well. You have the Z71 stripes actually on the wheel, and a nice gloss black finish with that stripe. And it's a little different. You don't see it on trucks as much, but it is quite stylish. And
that stripe, when you're going at like highway speeds, that little stripe actually kind of makes the outline of the wheel look red.
It's neat.
It's a neat little feature.
It's unique styling, and there's also some badges on the truck as well that have like a two-tone, more of a 3D type look, and gives you just unique styling to the competition. You know, you're gonna have a more stylish truck than the next guy, which really just comes down to if that matters to you or not. But it does look.
It looks the part, but it also performs.
Right.
It performs. It's not just a riced out truck. It actually performs. It holds up to what it looks like.
Exactly. First impressions on steering in this is very car-like, and that really gives me an appreciation for this truck, because most trucks have a lot of slop in the steering, and that's part of the reason why I like cars so much personally, is just because you get the tighter feel and you have more pointed direction and everything. And this thing is pretty much where you point it is where it goes. And for a truck, that's pretty hard to accomplish, sitting on big tires and wheels and whatnot. This truck also is featured with lane keep assist on here for your safety. So this is good for, you know, if you have a family of 4 and you're loading up this truck and you want to be as safe as possible, that's a feature that Chevy offers to you for that. Or if, you know, you're just one person daily driving this truck, it's also a nice feature to have. We're also working with, we have actually a built-in power tow haul next to the steering wheel here. Probably a little bit hard angle to get here, but it's here, and it does work. And with that 2.8 liter, like I said, you have so much low end torque with these diesel motors that even a little truck like this can pull a pretty good size load. no floatiness in the suspension. It's tight. It's forgiving, but this feels like a performance-driven truck. It's definitely not just your average work truck by any means.
It's definitely come a long way from what trucks used to be and how they drove back in the day. Like
even mid 2000s
it's miles.
A lot of cheap feeling trucks. This truck. Now here's one really interesting thing about this. Is from the outside you look at this truck and you don't really think that you're in that big of a vehicle, and you're not compared to other trucks. But sitting in here, there's ample amount of leg room in the back and front. Nathaniel's in the back, and he's got room right now, and he's 6'6", so that's
possibly 6'7". Just saying.
It's definitely got room on the inside in the cabin. It's a true crew cab, and on top of it, this truck is actually rated at 20 miles city and 28 miles highway, 23 combined. That's hard to beat in a truck that you can go out to the job site and load up and work with every single day and still be getting no less than 20 miles to the gallon.
And diesel's a lot cheaper than gas, so you're saving money there too.
You're paying, $2 whatever for the most part, where pretty much most places you go, you're paying $2 something a gallon and getting above 20 miles a gallon in your truck. That's not bad. I wouldn't say this is not economic at all if you were to get this vehicle as well.
Yeah, and now that this is the redesigned motor, because now it's a 2.8 diesel. Before these Colorados, they used to come with actually a 5-cylinder gas engine, and so this is it was a different kind of feeling truck, being a 5-cylinder gas. I'm not sure why they didn't decide to just go 6, or 4.
Exactly, and it's not, the older model is definitely not on par with this. This thing has come a long way. This is a redone generation of the Colorado.
I feel like Chevy has really stepped their game up.
They put the money where it needed to be.
Yeah. Before whenever I drive a GM car, it just felt kind of
cheap.
It just felt cheap.
Plasticky.
And now you have all these nice accents and all these like really nice features. They're really starting to lead the game in safety and comfort and convenience.
You even have, they even went to the extent of painting the gloss black on the wheels on the door handles of this truck. So some of the coloration styling of this thing is almost seemed aftermarket. The package is well put together. They spent the time and money, and we're looking at about a $45,000 price tag for this truck.
I'd say that's pretty good considering what the Toyota Tacomas. The Toyota Tacomas are around that same price, and you don't nearly get.
If we're talking competition-wise, $45,000. Yeah, you're gonna buy a brand new Tacoma. Around that price range, you're getting a 6-cylinder gas motor.
Yeah.
They offer different models and whatnot, but honestly, me personally, I would rather have a small 4-cylinder diesel pretty much over anything in this size of a compact truck. It's just, you got the torque, you got the gas mileage. Gas is more expensive than diesel, and you just make more power out of these motors, and they last way longer. Diesel motor always is gonna be more efficient than most gas motors.
Yeah, and you have a lot of tuning options if you wanted to go that route with having a turbo in this thing.
I haven't seen personally I have not seen anybody who has one of these yet that's done any modifications to it, but
there's a lot of potential in this truck.
And you got a turbo, and if you got a tuner, you're gonna be probably having a much more impressive truck. Now, the get up and go on this thing when you're already moving is a little bit more instantaneous than from a dead stop. But you're not buying this thing for speed, but it does get up and go if you need to pass somebody. The boost kicks in, it pushes you past on the highway. You're not really winding out at highway speeds. You're not revving out at 3,500 RPMs going on the highway at 65. So that's where that gas mileage and that's where that quietness and comfortability goes.
What's up, guys? Now I'm hopping in the driver's seat in this thing. let's see here. Initial impression, I mean, I definitely see what you're talking about with the turbo lag. It's definitely not a speed demon, but that the torque of it feels really nice, and this thing actually feels really darty and secure. And the suspension is really soaking up the bumps. I really like how that feels. The interior of this car is very nice and actually very luxurious for a pickup truck. It actually features an exhaust brake in here, which we're going to be going down a hill in just a minute, and I'll try that out. But we have you have lights all over this car. You actually have a light in the Chevy bow on front that kind of illuminates it, which that's cool to see. Mercedes has been doing that for a little bit, but now it's cool to see that in the American market for trucks. You have excuse me, sorry. You have a collision alert system in this car, and so you can actually set it. I don't know if you can see the screen, but you can set it to the distance that you want it to alert you at. So say I don't want the car to alert me until they're really close in front. I can do that, or I can have it alert me when they're way up there. Not way up there, but a lot further than it would be before. Obviously, you have, with pretty much every 2018 truck, you're going to have cruise control, and this car is no exception. You have cruise control, you have steering wheel controls for the radio, you have a nice touchscreen infotainment center with radio, satellite radio. This car features 4G LTE connectivity, and we're out on a back road kind of way out here, and we almost have full bars of LTE service, which is quite impressive. And so everyone in the cabin can connect their phone to it, and just stream whatever they want. Maybe they want to stream Netflix while you're on a road trip or something like that. It also has a nice backup camera, as you can see right here, and the lines follow where you go when you turn the steering wheel, so you know exactly where you're going, and it's easy to hop in a parking spot with that. The car features a low mode, so you just drop it down, and what that basically does is it gives you the option to use these. It's like paddle shifters, but it's just a little button on the thing. So right now it's holding in 2. It's holding in 2, and I just press the button and it goes up to 3. Or I can downshift and right down to 2. So we'll just drop it back and drive. It's responsive for a truck. Obviously this isn't a Lamborghini where you need to really shift gears fast, but it shifts at a reasonable time for a truck. We're stuck in some road construction here. Alright, they're letting us go. Initial thoughts of the driving experience. I like it. There's not a whole lot of blind spots. You have a little kind of towing mirror on your driver's side. The passenger doesn't have that, but mainly it's for a blind spot over here. Good rear visibility with this large mirror in the center here. It works quite nice. And we're going to be coming up on a hill just around the corner, so we're going to give this exhaust brake a try, which is going to be very, very helpful when using a trailer. If you're towing, that'll come in handy. So we'll just activate that. I can already feel it slowing me down. It comes up with a little icon of a trailer, and so it slows you down a little bit. I think it works a lot better when you're towing. It helps, but it'll definitely help slow you down. So we'll turn that off. Other things, it has automatic headlights, so you don't have to worry about flipping them on and off. Does have
at this price range, it should definitely be in there.
Yeah, most cars in this year, 2018, that's standard. as well as phone connectivity, Bluetooth. All of that pretty much at this point is standard. To see a car without that is kind of alarming in a way. You just know that you're not getting a very expensive car. Like if you're buying a Fiesta, obviously you're not going to have those creature comforts. But even when you get into the $20,000 range with trucks or cars, that you're getting things like that. At least like in Ford you get Sync, or in lower cars like maybe a Hyundai, you still get Bluetooth and satellite radio and things like that. Maybe not a touchscreen of this quality, but you still get nice things like that. You have voice recognition, so you can talk to the car, tell it what you want. You also have Chevy's OnStar, which is very helpful if you're ever in a collision or anything. They will pop up and be like, "Are you okay?" That's pretty much it for this car. It has a lot of nice features.
Fully loaded, fully equipped. It will do the job for, I mean, the size truck it is more than capable, and they really kind of, it seems almost a little overkill for this truck and what it has. And so when you're paying that $45,000, you're getting $45,000 worth of stuff.
This truck is no slouch.
You're not getting an overpriced, you know, underbuilt truck.
One more thing I want to say before we wrap up with the driving review is this car actually, right on the where you have your window switches, you can actually turn the child locks on if you have kids in the back, and as well as the window locks, which every car does that. But it's really nice to not have to get out of the car like you used to have to and flip the switch to lock it. Now you can just push the button if you don't want your kids to be able to get out. All right, that wraps it up for this review. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.